Prospecting was one of the best ways to make AFK gold in the war within, and it's looking pretty good for Midnight as well. Today we are covering everything with prospecting, all the changes in Midnight, knowledge setup, as we have multiple ways we can do this, profession gear, what you prospect and what you get from it. We have two major changes from the war within. Firstly, everything from prospecting now has a rank. Stone, glass, all the gems, whatever rarity, everything now has a rank. This is huge. In the war within, prospecting higher rank ore was good sometimes, but it was mostly the lower tier stuff that we was processing. Now in Midnight it is essential, as without it we won't have any rank 2 glass for vials, any rank 2 gems for crafted gems, etc. Basically the balance of what is going on this expansion is very different because of this change. The second big change is that Eversong diamonds, Midnight's blasphemites basically, come from prospecting as well. In the war within, these came from formatology, so from outside of the profession. Now all of this is within Jewelcrafting. Both of these changes seem to buff prospecting if anything. Just remember that we only have 2 tiers of ore now, basic and high quality. That is kind of nerfed, seeing as you have less different choices to prospect, but that's the major changes covered. In this video I'm not going to cover setting up a Jewelcrafting character from scratch, simply because that's already been done in my main profession video. I'll just say that you need to grab all 8 profession treasures to get your 24 free knowledge points from that for a start. You also need to be grabbing every single possible first time craft while leveling up for knowledge as well. Now unless you're pushing to prospect rank 2 ore, you don't really need to level up your profession. However, you do kind of need to do it to get more stuff to craft for more knowledge. On top of this, the other basic knowledge sources, 2 weekly profession treasures, giving 2 each, and stay on top of your knowledge patron orders as well. We really do need all the knowledge possible for this setup. Profession gear is pretty simple. Prospecting cannot multi-craft, so we are pushing resourcefulness. Prioritise getting a resourcefulness tool as soon as possible with a high quality resourcefulness enchant on it. Once that is bis, your second priority is to upgrade the Jewelcrafting apron, as this gives resourcefulness and crafting speed, both of which are useful for prospecting. The third bit of profession gear gives us no useful stats for prospecting, so you will only upgrade it if you need the skill for prospecting rank 2 ore. We have 4 potential ores that we can prospect in Midnight: refulgent copper ore, umbral tin ore, brilliant silver ore, and dazzling thorium. We prospect 5 of each of these ore at a time to get some random output. For the rest of this video, I'm largely going to ignore the fact that we can prospect dazzling thorium, as the output is not great, and it's so rare and likely expensive compared to the others that it will just probably never be worth prospecting. Copper, tin and silver can work though. Whatever we are prospecting, we have a chance to get stone, glass and Eversong diamonds. You will always get these regardless, assuming that you have the right knowledge set up, but we'll come into that. Besides that, the uncommon and rare gems that you get as output depend on the ore you are prospecting. When you prospect copper, you have a chance to get all the uncommon gems, but you cannot get rare gems from prospecting copper ore. Whenever you prospect brilliant silver ore, you can get the sanguine garnets or the Amani lapis, the red and the blue gems. You can get either the uncommon or rare versions of these gems by prospecting silver. Whenever you prospect umbral tin ore, you can get the tenebrious amethysts or the Harrendair peridot, the purple and green gems. You can get either the uncommon or rare versions of these gems by prospecting tin. Okay, how about the knowledge setup then? First, just a quick word about the gold making community Discord. I've put loads of free Midnight profession guides on there to help you make gold. If you want to join us, then the link for that is in the description below. Okay, knowledge setup, and we have some really late changes with the prospecting setup in Midnight. To begin with, we put 10 points into Proficient Processor, and we're only doing this to unlock Prospecting Pro. From here we need 30 points into Prospecting Pro. Max this out. This is mandatory before we do any sort of prospecting in Midnight. This is going to increase the amount of gems we receive whilst prospecting, which is where we're going to get a lot of the value from. Now this is where the big change is. We have individual nodes for each ore type: refulgent copper, silver, umbral tin and dazzling thorium. These used to be 30 knowledge points each, but now they're down to 1 knowledge point each. Therefore you want to allocate a single knowledge point to max out copper consumer, tin investigator, silver scrapper and thorium thresher. At this point, this is your basic knowledge setup for prospecting in Midnight, and you can prospect rank 1 ores of all types from here. So from here you have 2 choices, so you can push to rank 2 prospecting. So if you put your next 20 knowledge points into Proficient Processor to max it out, You'll have everything you need from a knowledge perspective to prospect or rank 2. The downside is that you'll need to push your profession skill to 100 and fully upgrade your profession gear before you can actually do this. This is a strong option given all the rank related changes to Jewelcrafting and Midnight, but it comes at a much higher cost and requires far more investment than the other option listed here. The other choice is just to stack resourcefulness to the moon. Alternatively, you can spend your next 35 points maxing out skilled savings in the thorough throughput tree. This gives you a huge bonus to your resourcefulness, and while for now you're still going to be prospecting rank 1 ore, you'll process it much more efficiently than most thanks to the stacked resourcefulness. Prospecting is RNG. If you do not have anything that can predict the outcome of your prospecting, then you need to track what you get so that you can predict future results. You can't just endlessly prospect and expect to make gold. It will be a loss a lot of the time. Now, I do have my crafting sheet on Patreon that's including prospecting amongst pretty much all the other profession stuff that you're more than welcome to come and pick up if you want to. But if you're willing to sink some gold and time into it, then you're more than capable of doing this yourself without the need of my Patreon. If you found this video helpful, please leave it a like and let me know in the comments below what you think about the prospecting changes in Midnight now that we've got epic diamonds coming from prospecting and all the gems, glass, etc. all ranked now.